The knowledge of Leia's true parents being Anakin Skywalker and Padme Amidala was known only to a handful of people in the entire galaxy, and it was a secret kept tight among the few who knew. However, there was at one point that Leia, being the daughter of the late Padme, was almost discovered and exposed to Emperor Palpatine. It happened when a 16-year-old Princess Leia went on a relief mission to one of Naboo's moons in an effort to bring much-needed supplies to spice miners. During the trip, she met with Naboo's current queen, who accompanied the Princess of Alderaan while she gave out aid to the miners at the spice mine. But despite the distribution of the supplies, the living conditions of the miners was beyond miserable due to Imperial corruption. Hoping to put an end to this, Leia and the Queen of Naboo requested a meeting with the Moff in charge of the sector, Moff Panaka. If you don't remember, Panaka was Padme's personal bodyguard while she served as Queen of Naboo many decades earlier. He was also a very close friend of Palpatine, and remained at his side when he became Emperor, which resulted in him being promoted to Moff later on in his career due to his loyalty. Anyway, the meeting between the three was accepted by Panaka, who requested they meet at his personal quarters. As a way to dress for the occasion, Leia ended up wearing one of the traditional dresses and headpieces of the Naboo royalty. When Leia and the Queen arrived to Panaka's place and finally met him, they found the Moff's first reaction to Leia to be a bit odd. When he first saw her, he had a strange look on his face, as if he recognized her to be someone he knew close and dear. When discussions came to the spice miners' working conditions, Panaka quickly dismissed the worries of the two ladies and told them that he'd have it handled, impatiently wanting to change the subject of their discussion to something else. He then began asking Leia about her background and some personal questions, like if she ever knew her biological mother before being adopted by the Organas. Leia admitted to barely remembering her biological mother, and began to find the Moff's questions into her past to be quite odd and out of place. During these questions, Panaka kept staring at Leia's face, as if he were studying it. At the end of the meeting, Panaka thanked both Leia and the Queen for coming to him to address the issue with the spice miners' working conditions, and that he found Leia's past to be quite interesting, so much so that he actually was going to bring it up with Emperor Palpatine himself. But before Panaka could ever explain his suspicions of Leia being Padme's long-lost daughter to Palpatine, he was killed shortly after his meeting with Leia, as his home was bombed. The bombing of his home was an attack done by one of Saw Gerrera's partisan groups. Although the death of Panaka saved Leia's secret of being Padme's daughter from falling into the hands of Palpatine, it did hurt the forming Rebel Alliance, as Bail Organa had hoped to work with Panaka, noting the Moff to be one of the more reasonable and kind high-ranking Imperials, and that his death was a great loss to the rebellion, as he could have been a possible powerful ally to them. Thanks for watching this episode of The Lore Master. Be sure to subscribe for more Star Wars lore videos like these in the future, and may the Force be with you.